This is the PopoBawa crew,
and
welcome to Crew Talk!
I'm Cameron Stewartson. I am gaffer.
I'm Natalie Reyes. I'm the cinematographer.
I'm Jude Snyder. I'm first AC editor, DIT, and ADR technician.
I'm James Gilmartin. I'm second AC.
So as a gaffer, specifically on this set, what I would do is show up and just do everything I can to bring Nat's vision lighting-wise to life. We worked together on some charts, and once I was on set, it was just a lot of putting up those lights, changing those settings to fit the scene's needs, and doing whatever effects, specifically during the horror scenes, that needed to be pulled off on that day.
As cinematographer, I led the lighting department and the camera department, as well as collaborating with the director to execute his vision visually. So anything that is in front of the camera or that the camera is picking up, I was basically in charge of leading those teams and making sure that that gets done.
As first AC, my main job on set was to pull focus during scenes using a Bluetooth follow focus. And I would also help set up the camera, pretend I knew the FX6 settings, and work with those, and just constantly have my hands on the FX6, constantly be in control on that. Sometimes I would camera op too for some takes, and yeah.
As second AC, my main objective was doing slating, writing down comments on every shot, like if this was a good take or bad take, putting tape down for the actors. I would help build the camera, and every once in a while, sometimes pull focus if Jude was operating the camera.
My favorite thing was probably working with everybody and getting to learn how they operate, and so I could better help them. As for my specific job, I liked helping figure out the camera angles, working with like new equipment like the jib, and trying stuff that hasn't really been done in Radiance, at least for a while, has been awesome.
I think for me, it was just a lot of learning the equipment. I think I didn't know a lot about it, and some of the capabilities that the lights I got to handle were awesome. It was really cool, again, especially during the horror scenes, making certain things happen and just really just do random stuff and make something cool out of it.
My favorite part as first AC, pulling focus, it's a lot of fun. It's kind of like a game. It feels really good when you get it. It feels like crap when you miss it, but like when you get it, it's like, oh my God, let's go. As first AC and editor, on set, I was able to kind of like marry both of the jobs, because Ari, the director, would sometimes ask for my opinion on if we needed another shot or an insert or anything like that, or he'd ask if I could do VFX for this one section, and then I'd get upset, but but yeah, that's my favorite part.
My favorite part about working on set was getting to work with Jude and Nat, for sure. I was kind of just soaking up all the information I could from them, because they're really knowledgeable on cameras, and ultimately I aspire to be a cinematographer one day. So I was just taking notes the whole time I was there, literally. So it was really great to work with them.
Reading the script and just being able to read that and see how solid of a script it was just made me so excited just to even be on set in general. Like, I didn't care if like the world fell apart at that point. I was just like, I immediately pulled my phone out and texted my girlfriend like, oh, this is gonna be so awesome. This is gonna be so fun. And so I just reading all of the wild stuff that happens, and also there's great intimate scenes as well between the actors, and it's just like, I get to help bring this to life. This is awesome.
I will say I have seen every single version of this script, but one thing that has consistently made me excited about working on it was the opening. I love how it doesn't hold back. It automatically jumps, ropes you in, and it keeps you there. And then going from such a high intensity scene to something so calm and casual after, I just really like that contrast. And so I was excited to not only to film it, but also to see what it looks like all together, and play with the lighting and camera angles and making sure that the two scenes were very different.
To be honest, I was a little terrified before set. I had immense imposter syndrome about being a first AC. As the time got closer and closer, and the more I did test footage and got to know the camera, I was like, oh, now I know we're cooking. And on set, learning so much more about the camera. It was all coming together, and I'm like, okay, now I have like a greater understanding of like how camera works, and like working so close with Nat, seeing how her and Ari, the director, operate together, the conversations they have about like the creativity behind the shots, like emotions, the psychology behind certain shots was really informative as someone who wants to be a director and writer. So it was very special.
I'm a huge horror fan, so finding out that I'm gonna get to work on this film, on Ari's script, was a blessing for sure. I wouldn't want to work on any other movie. And then finding out that I'm in the camera department as well, which is like my main interest, was also super lucky, because I could have been put anywhere really, and they took me in on the camera crew, and it was really great to just work with it and learn.
The most fun I had working with the camera was when I used the jib in the cafe for the establishing shot of Alex and Sean. That was probably the most fun I had with equipment. Set-wise, the most fun I had was after we would wrap every day, Jude would take a video of me spinning, and each day I just did more and more and more spins until I eventually was like on the verge of passing out.
She'd fall over.
I fell over. Yeah, my timid celebration.
Or she'd sing 40, 50, what's the song? What's the song, Ari? The
30 for 30?
30 for 30.
That's the way I like.
No, there was a lot of goofing off around on set, especially between me and the first AD, because we were already best friends. Perhaps too much goofing around at points, but another aspect I really liked about set was seeing like Ari work and seeing how he directed, and just his leadership in general was really inspiring. I really liked whenever he knew we had a really good thing going, because he wouldn't say anything. He would just start, he'd go around and be like, all right, we're gonna do this. All right, let's do, are we ready for next? Does it sound good? And just like, and we just keep going, because he knew that if we stopped and celebrated, that the vibe would be off, and everyone would be aware that we're doing good, and then it wouldn't be good anymore. So he wanted to keep the energy where it was at, and I found that very inspiring.
My favorite memory from working on this film was definitely, we were shooting a scene at Sean's house, and they said, James, can you pull focus for the scene? And I've never even touched a focus puller or anything, and Jude quickly like walked me through it, and then I was just doing it, and I was really nervous, but yeah, it was super fun, and it was just an honor that like they trusted me with that, and I think that was probably my favorite memory. Yeah.
I mean, I got to hang out with Yoda, so that was pretty awesome.
True.
I got a picture.
You do.
Context, there was a fog machine in a scene, and we didn't have a fan. And the set that we were shooting at had a cardboard cutout of Yoda. So I was tasked with fanning the fog to make it less, intense. So I would run into the other room with a giant Yoda cardboard cutout and just start.
We have to contain ourselves before we started rolling.
I would just be in the corner, like tucked away with
Yoda. I am most excited to see audiences' reaction, especially to the opening scene. That, as well as, without spoiling, I guess the inciting incident for our main character. I think those are very intense scenes. And the ending, I would say, too. Just like the big points in the movie, seeing how the audience reacts to it.
I'm very excited for my family and friends to see it, because all of them are already so confused on all of this. They're like, what movie? You said you've worked on like 4 movies. Like, what movie is this? So I'm excited for them to see it and to kind of get them to see what I've been working on and understand what I do. And I'm very excited for their reactions.
I've genuinely seen nothing other than what I managed to catch in the viewfinder on set that day, or like just watching the scene. So I genuinely, like, as basic as the question is, just seeing it all come together. And also, I'm a big sucker for music, so I'm really excited to see what kind of score that gets made. So,
Yeah, so even though I was there like every day on set, I haven't seen anything of like the finished product or anything. I'm not in the class. So I'm really excited to just see what it looks like and how it turns out. Also, I'm interested to see how music plays a role in this, because music is a big part of this film, I think. So I'm curious on how that's gonna turn out. And then, yeah, like you, I'm excited for my family and friends to see it.
Yeah.
Let me say a word for my crew real quick. Cameron, you were such a great help, and you were on it. Like, whenever I needed any lighting setup or anything in general, you were like rushed to get it. You already had it ready in hand, and so that was very helpful. Jude, even though you were very anxious, you were such a trooper, and I asked for a lot from you, and you killed it every single time. You're a really good friend, but also really good first AC, and I was glad to have you by my side. James, you are literally the most helpful person ever. You are always on it. Literally, you would never complain. We would ask something, and you would just immediately start working on it. You would have it back to us quickly, like everything. You were just always locked in. You knew when to be serious. You knew when to have fun, and we had a great time having you on set, and I can't wait to work with you again in the future.
Thank you so much.
Same thing with you, these two.
I should have said I like you guys too. Yeah, you guys are alright. You guys are cool. You guys are
I was like,
flashing
I love
lights.
working with the homies. I love working
Yeah, I
with
took the high road.
you guys.
I don't even
Yeah.
care about who I'm working with.
What I do.
I don't like these guys.
Edit that in. Edit that.
Yeah.
Mark that.